Hello. Okay, there's two mic now. Let's mute this. Hello. There's two mic now. Let's mute this. Okay. Here. Yeah. One. Yeah. I stopped the stream. It should be. It should be up now. It should be up again. One, two, three. The stream is up. I think it should be. Okay. Okay. I just we're just gonna yap. Okay. Okay. So uh, you said that you study from Gu, so that's why so you got this, or like it is just only Gu or more? Uh oh, hey, what happened? Why does this keep going black? But I mean you can hear me, so it doesn't matter to be honest. I don't know why it's keep going bl going black. I don't get it either. Uh okay, but okay, let's say it's just Gu, right? And I think that Gu has a very I also study from him. And to be honest, I don't know about Gue, but most of his art, I would say, is like um, dark front front round. So front object is like dark, or the character, and the background is kind of white. But sometimes it's also the opposite. But most of the time, because the character is always in a suit and have black hair, most of them are always dark, and then the background is always like brighter. So the contrast is very extreme. The why it's so good. But here I think you did a good job with like when I analyze contrast, I always turn it in black and white because it's way easier. So I think you did a good job to separate the background to the front round, which is or the background and the front object, which is fine. But then you also have to consider what is happening um, uh, in this. So separating the object and the background is fine, but you also need to consider what is happening in here in the object itself. You also need to create contrast itself, because first I don't know about this character color choice, but I think for my taste it is way too colorful, but it is fine. It's like taste, right? Maybe the character design. I think you could also make it work, even though it's so too colorful. Um, and the second point is that I didn't see her or his. I don't know the gender. I think it's a her. Her hand, her second hand, like this hand here. I didn't realize it was there. I thought like I just saw only this hand, but also this hand was also very difficult to see because right now you don't have the contrast. You it like the hand, this hand here is kind of blending in with this part of her armor, and this hand is all like the armor of this is also kind of blending in with this part, like this part and this part, and the light of the hand blend in with her armor. It is also a case of um, background and front object. Like you have the like the MIDI word here. You have this front object, and you have this another background, and you have this as well. You need to separate them. So let me turn back to contrast. Like there is no different here. There's no different. I won't pick any. I won't pick color. I would just pick a contrast. So let's say this is in the back and that is in the front, or it could be like in this case I'm gonna use I'm gonna make this lighter and also this as well. So let's say I don't care about the color right now. I would just take the contrast, like the darker contrast, and then paint it here to separate the hand and the armor so it's more recognizable, like this. So you want to separate the value. So I always do that with landscape, by the way. If after I would say I finish my landscape drawing or whatever, I would turn it into black and white, the grayscale, and check the value. And let's say the light is shining here, right? So maybe sometime lightning don't have to make sense. We would just we would just make some excuse to have the contrast be right. So let's say I don't know what for whatever reason this part is going to be darker because we can explain it later. But let's just make this darker. Neither this part or this part here, but one of these has to be darker because these are two separate objects which has to be separated. Sometimes it's also okay to break the rule, but in this case, breaking the rule make thing like breaking the rule sometimes is good to, for example, so for example, I'm breaking the rule here because I don't even know what is going to be shadowy, cause to be here to be shadowy, but I'm gonna break the rule there, ignoring the lighting shining because it serves the purpose of increase my readability. So right now, I separate the hand with like the hand armor with the body armor. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's soft edge and hard edge. I'm not even talking about it. I'm not talking about contrast. It's not hard edge and soft edge. This right now. Hard soft. To be honest, yes, soft edge and hard edges are also a what is called a contrast thing. So there's a different contrast. There is shape contrast. There is a value, yeah, value contrast, and there is also edges contrast, like soft and hard edges contrast. Yeah. For example, this as well. Maybe you want to separate this. But I also, when it comes to a side view, it kind of dependent on what you who you watch, right? Who you are inspired for. And when it comes to side view, I learn a lot from Sam Does Art because I watch. If you, it dependent on what kind of art you want to make. So, is your art personal and there's a personal style that you want, or you want to make the art looks um, attract more people. So then you're gonna analyze stuff that you are also attracted to. So I think that uh, Sanders' art style attract me a lot. So that's why I kind of like his art. So I also learn how to do his front view, not front view, but side view. And we just do this a little bit. Oh, I forgot to. I'm gonna do it later. So I'm gonna work on this fully in grayscale. I didn't even know the color of this, by the way. So let's turn it back on and let's see what color. Yeah, okay. It doesn't yeah, in this case maybe it matter a little bit, but for right now you can read the hand better. So let me try to uh add back your art. Oh, here we have it here. So let me just do this. Okay. And it could be just personal taste and reason, but I think that it looked like she doesn't have a for me at least, it looked like she doesn't have a what is this called? I forgot what it's called in this like this thing in English. So this thing, it could be so I'm doing dark value here, but also we could abuse the light to shape her this thing a little bit. Because I don't know what your intention was. I don't know if you forgot to draw her a jawline. Yeah, jawline, or her jawline is way far back. But I think that uh, I think it's a little bit more in the front here. I'm not sure. It could be also a taste thing or style thing, to be honest. I would just push this whole thing. Also, it could be a perspective mistake that her head is not actually front facing like this in the front, but like is turning a little bit to the to this side. So I don't know, but if the hair head is completely turned, uh, like if this is a completely front side view, then I don't know I would push this uh, a little bit in the front. I think I'm not sure though. It could be a style different, to be honest. So you don't have to take this as me being correct or whatever. It could be just a style different. So yeah, like for me right now, it looked more to my taste. Maybe you find it worse, but yeah, it's just it could be just a me thing, to be honest. So let's fill this in. I think the face is already well done. It's for me it's pushed too far in the back and the jawline is somehow missing. You could also abuse the light to push her jawline a little bit. So yeah, and then I add this so you have a little bit comparison. So maybe you like this version more. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, my so I add this value here, but just as a quick add thing, but you have to maybe play around this and not just let like this here. Maybe make a gradient. But also the thing with these contrasts here is you need to um, when it comes to this drawing stuff like this, you need to think like not just okay. This is the background, so I got a great contrast between background and front object. You also need to there you need to think about the focus point. So the focus point of this piece, like my rule is if is a full body, like right for example right now, then the focus point is the face. It's just general rule right now. It could be sometimes it could be the hand and something else, right? But for now, for me at least, is the face, and if and then you zoom in a little bit, and then you find the focus point. What is the focus point of the face? The eyes, right? And then that is the primary focus point. And then you go to the nose, and then the lips, or from the eye to the lips, and then to the nose. Sometimes the focus point is also a little bit different. The focus point sometimes it could be also at the helmet, the armor helmet as well, or the sword here, or her armor. But for me, is the focus point is the face, or and then the hand, because face and hand are really mostly appreciated by people if they are well drawn, I would say. The face and the hand, and then into the face you have is the focus point. The focus point of the hand is then the eyes, and then if you play by that rule, you will need to find a way to create the most contrast in this area. For example, when you play around let's say the focus point is the face, so you need to create contrast and detail in the face so that the face will pop, so that you get the most attention when it comes to the face. And also, what I do the most is shapes. Everything is going to push toward the face, right? So for example, you have to use everything, maybe just certain thing uh, to push toward the face. So for example, this thing, I don't know what this is. Maybe it's a feather. So I look at this. You have this pointy thing. You can use this to do this. So you're kind of pointing towards the face. It's like an arrow, you know. Sometimes you don't do this obvious, but it's just right there. So I'm gonna just use it like that. But sometimes it's also the shape of the cloud or whatever. Like everything serve a purpose, and right now the cloud. For me, I'm gonna use this, and then you have this shape. You know, you have this shape here. This I'm gonna use this cloud shape to point towards the face. Like everything is like this cloud shape here. And then you have this feather. So also, I don't know, maybe replace it, and then do it a little bit like this. But so it's all like this. You're not like this. It's like sudden pointing towards the face for some reason. And then like if you can do that, right, or at least have it in your mind that the maybe I mean the wings could be also used for that as well. For example, the wings like this, you know. Okay, so this line, I want this line here pointing towards the face. So you make sure that when the eyes of the reader start to wandering, like here, like if they go to this corner, you want to lead them back to the face. You know, you want to lead them back to the focus point. You want to lead them back. For example, this thing is pointing away from the face. I'm gonna bring that back. So now this thing is also point towards the face. Uh, you do that to your focus point. Because right now for me, the focus point is the face, but also you could say that the focus point is not the face right now. The focus point, you want the focus point to be this balls here. So you want this thing to go towards the, this thing, this ball here, and not the face. So right now for me, the focus point is the face, but you could also say, nope, the focus point is not the face here, but this hand or this thing or this hand, because I don't know, because you find this cool or something, and you want the attention to be drawn in that. This, for example, I don't even know what this is, but this kind of point towards her face, which is also cool. Yeah, so maybe add a little bit of light here to point toward her face as well, like everything. Oh, and then maybe a sudden a thunderstorm or something, or just a sudden cloud movement, like this. Oh, this is cool. Maybe like this, a random light towards her face, and then so for example, I kind of don't like this value, so I'm gonna just make this darker. Let's copy this. Maybe I'm gonna fuck something up. So because this thing is stealing the show of her face. So I would just, you know what? I I, I don't know what kind of uh art program you are using that is clips through a pane. There's a cheat that I use a lot, and the cheat is this. I gonna copy this layer and then let's see if the cheat even works. And then I'm gonna multiply it. So you have like dark thing right now, and then you delete stuff like this. Delete you want the point. Oh, I have an idea. I have an idea. That is even better. So you have a dark thing, and then you gonna delete from the light source. Obviously, this is a kind of cheaty thing, but because you have to still adjust the light, like for example here, and yeah, this is just like a quick thing to check where you want the light to be. Look at this. Even though her face is darker, but it is contrast, which means that the focus point will lead to her face, because that is the highest contrast in, not maybe not the highest, but it is very high contrast here. Like this is I would say that is really dark and that is really light. So the attention will be there, even though it is dark. Like dark doesn't mean that you're gonna lose focus. Dark is all about contrast. So let's soften this a little bit. Like this is still too light to me, so I will actually do some multiplying stuff. Oh, oops, what did I do? Okay, this, and then do this, copy this, and then I'm gonna maybe do it a little bit darker, and then I'm gonna reduce the. I'm gonna do this like this. Oh, it's not. Shit. Oh, oops. Okay, now it's gray. Because I did this because it's kind of steal the show of the armor and everything. So I still make a radiant like this, you know. So when making dark thing like this, dark corner like this, I think you use airbrush. So you want to use radiant dark here. So you want to create a gradient where you have a transition from a soft transition, like this is right now a soft edge, a soft transition from dark like this to light. That is a I think I'm not sure, but that is like a photograph effects where you slowly pushing the attention of the character of the viewer towards the main piece by darkening the color. So for example, this is um, this is cool. This dark corner here is like um, is okayish, but look at this. This is so dark, and that is so white, and that is the highest contrast between these two, which doesn't make sense because that is not your main focus. So this shouldn't have this amount of contrast between them. So you want to neither darken the light or lighten this dark. So I'm gonna choose to lighten this dark a little bit by doing this. Let's see if it works. Oh, it's on multiply, so it may not works. So let's do this on the normal thing. Yeah, let's do this so that we don't lose focus. I mean, I think this can be a little bit dark, but I, I want this to be lighter. I want less contrast on this part here. I want all the contrast on the face and on the armor, mostly on the face here in this case. And also this dark thing, the contrast here is used fine, but I still don't want it to steal the show of of the face. So I'm gonna soften the contrast. What's happening here? Even though it's might uh it's not the color, even though maybe this sheet has to be dark, but you could always find an excuse for it not to be dark. Maybe you can say, yeah, the light changed the mood of the color of the sheet, so the sheet now is not that dark anymore. It's all is art is all about telling a very good lie to serve a purpose. Okay. If I turn this color back on, it's gonna look maybe horrendous, but it's the kind of fit. Yeah, I mean it's okay. So for example, I still uh like the color is so random. Like the this blue and the red. Also, yeah, color contrast. So the red here is good because it's near her face, so it's kind of pointy. That is attract attention. Is also attract attention. Yeah. So color is also a good use um, of attention drawing. So that's why it's very distracting for me because it is so colorful. So like when you watch when or at least when I look at this piece, my focus is completely um, lost. It's everywhere. But let's say if you do this, I'm gonna copy this all, and then we're gonna do grayscale, and then we're gonna uh, duplicate this, and then we're gonna do this. So, and then we're gonna have this grayscale, and then I'm gonna do color. I no no. I'm gonna do a color layer, and then I'm gonna slowly add a color. So let's say it's red. I'm gonna slowly add a reddish color, and then I don't know what the I think the other color is the opposite. So it's a contrast color. So it's like bluish. Oh, oops! I painted on the wrong layer. Oops, fuck. So like this. So now we have two really contrast color. So now you have to decide. You don't want to go 50-50. And what I mean is 50% red and 50% blue. You want to go 30% and 70%. And the 30% should be the focus color. So you want the people to focus on it, and then the 70 other is like the general color. And from the old piece, I would say that the general color was bluish because her armor was like blue. So we're gonna do that. So we're gonna just like do this, and then we're gonna we even have the blue light here, and then the reddish is like, I don't know, maybe the sky is red. Oh, let me check. Let me check. Okay, only okay. Okay, okay. We have we have uh, we have this, and then this thing is also red for some reason, which is fine. I just want to make sure it is like kinda 70. I gotta just add random red here. Oh yeah, we have a little bit of red here as well. Gonna take that as well here, and then now we're gonna pressure it a little more. Maybe her blade get a little bit of bluish, and then we're gonna add a little bit red on the blade because let's say it's reflected light. So the blue light shine on the reddish thing of her head, and then it reflect back on some of her armor or piece, and some of and even the sword here, and maybe even the wings. You know, the wings also a little bit reddish because of the reflection of the bluish color on the red colored armor piece, and then the blue is also reflected on the this thing as well. Uh, and then maybe the sky is for some reason red. Let's not do that. We can do that later, but right now. So now look at this. Now you only have two color, but it's very clearly separated. Instead of this, okay, you have like the gold, orange. I think I would say you need to first you need to find the two main color source, and then the other colors are just accent color. So you can still add. I'm not saying that you are only allowed to use two color in one piece. No, no. What I mean is you need to find the two main color, and then you can add whatever you want in that. And then maybe here you have yellow and maybe a little bit orange. I think the rest is like golden. So you're gonna slowly add the other color in this. Slowly. I'm doing it very messy right now, just to show a little bit. So yeah, and then you can add the skin color and everything else back. Oh wait, let's say okay. We could also do this. Let me check this. Since we so wait, are you using Clip Studio Paint or what are you doing? Hello? Okay, whatever. My headset just turned off. So, oh my god, I was talking the whole time. What did,
Hello?
when did I stop? For you, at least. Oh my god. Okay, whatever. My headset just turned. Ha- to be honest, I was just summarizing stuff. When did I stop? For you. When did you stop hearing me? Wow, that's a damn. That is a shit. That is a wide back then. Why did my headset just turn off? Ah, fuck. Okay. Uh. Yeah, I was asking what software you are using, and I was also asking if you have a layer mode called color. I think you have like multiply layer or overlay. There should be like a layer which called color or something. Um, Man, I was yapping the whole time. Okay, okay. I also summarize stuff a little bit. Yeah. So okay, let me summarize this again. So uh, the first step is focus point. What is your focus point? The focus point could be the face, hand, or this balls here. But in this, I think we'll say this is like a support thing. Or this hand for some reason. But for now, for me, the focus point of the body in general is the face. And if the face is not there, then it's the hand. But if the face is there, then it's the face. And the focus point of the face is the eye. So you're gonna work towards that. And then from there on, you're gonna work towards that, creating contrast to so that the focus point uh, is the uh, attention, um, is where the people is going to be look at uh, towards the focus point. So you use everything uh, so that people would look at it like this. This thing is pointing towards it. This light shape is also pointing towards the face. This wing thing is also wing line here is also pointing towards the face, and this thing, like everything, if you could obviously, and if you, for example, this is also pointing towards the face, kind of cool. Uh, so yeah, if you, oh, what did it do? So yeah, it's all about telling a lie, a good lie, and also you your and that is the prior, right? The prior is getting your viewer attention into the correct place, and with that goal, sometimes you want to satisfy some realism and logic. For example, maybe here the shadow here doesn't make sense realistically, but you have to give up that thought and maybe I don't know, think of something else which could cause this contrast, this shadow thing, and just apply it for now, and then maybe tell a story later or like I don't know. But here you create this contrast so that the hand is separated from the armor. Uh, and this, and this, yeah. Oh, you know what I could do as well? Uh, so we always talk about contrast, right? And there's different form of contrast. Color contrast. Here, red and blue, and the quantity of the contrast as well. So 730 rule, 30 like two color, and then just have one color is less than uh the other color. And one last thing is that I almost do is I'm gonna copy the whole thing again, duplicate this one layer, and go to filter, and then I gonna do this. Maybe it is too extreme. And then holy shit, look at this. Look at this focus thing. I'm gonna leave this thing and then duplicate it again. What do I do? Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Hey, what a yeah. Holy, look at this. This is kind of cool, no? Okay, and also it depended on how far this is. It's like a perspective thing. This could be a random object, but I think that is a piece of armor, so it's closer to her. So I'm gonna don't blur too much, but it's still blurry. So like the focus is make sure to not have the focus on the thing. Sometimes too much color, too much detail is gonna steal focus of your focus point. So you don't want to do that. For example, you could, but luckily, this helmet has a lot of detail, and maybe do more hair on her face or something, like more hair strain, so that for some reason it's more detail on her face. Oh, what brush am I using? What the fuck? More hair strain on her face here for some reason. Oh. Look, her face is uh dark a little bit now. We could make the hand have the light reflect on the hair strain so that the hair is glowing. So then we can have even more contrast on the face itself. And then, oh, look at this. This is so cool. Yes. And then, I don't know, maybe some better scar or some dirt on her face. Hmm. maybe not dirt, but like the high thing. Ooh, yep. I like this. Okay, maybe I'm gonna delete this. So this yeet. Oh, there's another one. I think this this is because I just cut it out from your Insta. So that's why the quality is gonna be rough here. Yeah, the quality is rough. Yeah. Okay. It's six. It's almost 6 in the morning, and I still haven't slept today, which is really cool. Uh. Okay, the quality of this is gonna be very bad because this was like a cutout of the Instagram thing. So so yeah, that is. I think that is for now. I think what you could have done do what I could have do more here is to uh adjust the color more. So that's like for example, this is still too dark here. Yeah, and it's not the brightest. So I can save this for now. Yeah, I think I could also make it not delayed, but I think it's all by default. I have it all by default right now. I could make it no delayed at all or something. I don't know. I need to check that. So that is the whole thing. I think there's always more thing to add. Like I don't know, add more rain, drama. I don't know, blood or something. Yeah, but that is more the extra stuff and the finish line. But what I did was just like fundamental, I would say. Just fundamentals. No, not really extra. Just some tricks to make it to get focus. Yeah, okay. Uh, I hope that the VOD is gonna stay or something. I don't know. Okay, but that is for me. How much that delayed? Uh, I don't know how much it delayed. I have to check on it. I gotta make like I think delay is for uh gameplay or something, but I don't really play game right now. So yeah, it doesn't make sense. I'm gonna fix that somehow. Okay. Okay. I may sleep or something. I don't know. I have so much more stuff that I have to do myself, but I don't know. I don't feel like doing it right now. So I just do this. But also there is like uh, doing this is also good for me because it's like refresh my my memory. on stuff. That is really basic thing that I almost do for everything, not just uh uh drawing. The focus point thing, it's just basic thing. I do it for everything, to be honest. It's not just character, for example, in this case, but also landscape. You can apply it to almost everything. If you like, that's why very important to learn the fundamentals. Fundamentals in this case. I don't know if yeah, the fundamental in this case, yeah. So okay, okay. See ya.